even when people follow their natural rhythm or stay in bed for 7 to 8 hours, but there are still sleep issues. I'm specifically talking about generation, let's say our parents or their parents, who put themselves to bed, but they still don't get proper sleep. Tossing, turning, snoring, or waking up tired. This is normal for them. Why does it happen, and what will be the solution?
People worry about financial things.
Oh.
They have family stress, things that cause them anxiety are the number one reasons people feel they have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. How do you deal with those parts of your life so that it doesn't impact your sleep without doing the types of things that we see, like people become addicted to sleeping tablets because they'll go talk to their doctor and they just want a pill. They want an easy, quick fix.
Right.
And most sleeping pills are meant for short-term use. Some of them are very habit-forming, can even be addictive. And what happens is you become addicted to that tablet helps me sleep. And so for the rest of your life, you're getting prescriptions for sleeping tablets. It's like alcohol. Some people think like, oh, I have a glass of wine and it helps me calm down and go to sleep. Yes, alcohol will help you fall asleep. Just like if you drink too much, you'll go unconscious, right? You black out from being drunk. But your brain's not sleeping well. You've just depressed the activity in your brain to make it look like you're sleeping well. But actually, you also depress parts of the brain that allow the parts that should be resting to become a little hyperactive. And so your sleep isn't good. It's not as restful.
Which defies the real purpose of sleeping in the first place.
Exactly. Only use your bed as a place to sleep. If you're lying there tossing and turning, get out of bed. Don't stay there for hours because you're training your body that bed is the place where I don't sleep. How many times do we see elderly people, sitting in a chair and dozing off in the middle and we just assume that that's a normal part of being old. You get tired and you fall asleep sitting in a chair or watching TV.
Yeah.
No, that's one of the number one signs of sleep apnea.
Really?
Yes. And so, if you get drowsy and fall asleep at a stoplight, or you can't make it through a television program or a movie because you're falling asleep, that's one of the number one signs of untreated sleep apnea.
This is abnormal.
Abnormal.
Okay.
How many elderly patients who we have not given them the opportunity to treat their sleep apnea are drowsy, trip and fall and break a hip and end up in the hospital? And often for the elderly, a broken hip is like a death sentence.
Absolutely.
They never recover.
Yeah.
The day before I left to come to India, I went to go visit my mother. And I bought her an Apple Watch because it does the fall detection if she trips and falls, right?
Yeah.
She lives alone, even though she's close to me. The Apple Watch now can detect sleep apnea. It about a year ago got FDA clearance, and it can tell if you have sleep apnea. The Samsung Galaxy Watch does as well. As I'm getting ready to say goodbye, I'm going to be in India. I'll be back in a week. She goes, by the way, my Apple Watch told me that I have sleep apnea.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my goodness. And after hearing what she said, I'm like, you know what, Mom? When I get back from India, we're going to get you a sleep test.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm so old. Do I want to? And I said, yes. Because what if you're drowsy and you trip and fall and break your hip? I do not want that to happen to you. I said, it's changed my life.
Of course.
You might find it's going to change your life.
And you being the biggest advocate of it, why would you not give it?
To my mother, of all people, yeah. And look at all those years she went, and maybe she developed it later in life. Yeah. Maybe she doesn't snore. And again, she's not in the bedroom with us, so I can't see how she sleeps. And my father passed away, so that she has no one there to tell her that she's now snoring or stops breathing.
Yes.
But her wearable device did.
Thanks to technology.
Yes, thanks to technology. Now, it's like I said, now the two largest consumer electronics companies in the world, Samsung and Apple, both have FDA clearance for their wearable to detect sleep apnea.
Wow.
It's a big deal. When those companies are doing that, and it's for free, they're not going to make you pay extra for it.
Of course.
It's because it's a big deal.
Big deal, of course. Yeah, very true. We're talking about sleep problems in older generations. I'm just curious to know, do kids also have sleeping troubles? Like I'm talking about really like small kids, 5 years, 6 years, up to 10 years. They don't have stress as much as, teenagers or younger people or adults have. Do you ever come across kids with sleeping issues?
Absolutely. Most people assume sleep apnea is a disease that happens just to older, overweight men, right? It's just when men gain a few extra pounds, they snore more loudly, they have sleep apnea.
Yes.
Babies can have sleep apnea.
My God.
People who are young in their 20s and 30s and thin like this can have sleep apnea because it's a condition that's caused by your anatomy, not your weight, not your gender. One of the telltale signs is if you have a child who breathes with their mouth open while they sleep. A mouth-breathing child is struggling to get enough air. It may be because of big tonsils or because of their anatomy. They may have a deviated septum. Now, there are sleep disorders as you see in older kids. You mentioned teenagers and stress. Probably the number one stressor in teenagers now is social media, right? There are uses of social media that are amazing, like the content that you create to educate people. But unfortunately, too many kids, especially teenagers, get caught up in that likes and it's not using social media for good. It's how many friends do they have and what do their friends say, and it causes so much stress. And we're seeing studies that show, everything from body image issues in young girls to stress, anxiety, depression, even increased risk of suicide. So that is a driver of sleeping disorders because children, now they feel the anxiety, or they're doom scrolling TikTok when they should be getting ready for bed. Exactly. And so we're creating these artificial environments that are causing our teenagers to have sleep disorders like, the anxiety that causes insomnia.
Oh my God. I never saw that coming.
Sorry. Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary. As parents, try and limit their screen time.
Yeah.
Make sure that bedtime is bedtime. Bedtime is not this time, right?
Yes.
We used to, my children are older now, but when they were younger, the rule was you charge your phone in my room at night. You do not go to bed with your phone. It does not go into your room. So that way they're not tempted. Even if they say, I'm not going to be on my phone, it's plugged in, I'm charging, you know what happens. Yes. 2 a.m, you walk in, they're hidden under the sheets and you see the light because they're in there. And I asked my son something that I read where when he was in high school still, I said, I read somewhere where if you post something and you don't get 100 likes within an hour, it's considered embarrassing and you'll delete the post. I said, that can't be true. And he goes, 100%. And now that may be just an anecdote, my son, his high school, his environment or whatever. But if our children are feeling that kind of pressure when they should be children and enjoying their lives, you can imagine that they probably, don't sleep well or struggle falling asleep, the anxiety. Do they like me? Am I popular? Do my friends think I'm cool? All driven by this. And then because it's that screen and it's that blue light, they're harming their ability to get a good restful night's sleep if they spend all their time on a screen.
Exactly. They're stressed at their own levels.
Yes. A different kind of stress. They may not be worried about finances, paying the bills for the household.
Exactly.
But they have school to worry about, and now they have all the social pressures that are amplified.
And it's increasing day by day. With every new generation, I think the new set of stressors are coming into place.
Absolutely.
Hence the need of awareness and hence the need of technology and interventions is even more important.
Absolutely. I mean, technology is amazing. It has changed our world. It's a large driver of that hustle culture in India.
True.
But we have to understand with every technological advancement, there's also problem. You can split an atom and make electricity, or you can split an atom and make a bomb, right?
To watch the entire episode, you can head to our main channel, Gunjan Shouts, link of which is in the description below.